Generally, licking or lightly rubbing the nose with the index finger is also a sign of suspicion or secrecy. Think for a moment about a person you know well who usually gets into this posture. You will find that he is goal-oriented, according to himself. He enjoys competition. If you do not recognize the gestures and feelings of others, then this can become a cause of trouble. You should know these basic body language signs of your children, employees, boss, customer, or any stranger, because this will help you to talk openly with them, and people will be able to connect with you better. People deliberately want to hide their words. They talk with their hands on their mouths at a distance of 6 to 12 inches from the lesion. This is a signal that they're nervous. Holding one hand behind the back and squeezing it tightly while holding the wrist or palm with the other hand is a normal way of self-control. Body language is a very perfect tool. We had body language even before we could speak. And in a conversation, you understand 80% of what you hear from body language, not words. Hello, friends. Welcome back to Audiobook Club. In this video, we will learn the book Read Pepper Like a Book, written by Patrick King. It will help you to know the behavior of people through their body language. This book is a great guide to understanding human psychology and nature. It will help you to understand your behavior through small signals in your daily life, which will help you to see the actions and words of people, which they really do and say. To make the book easy to understand, we have discussed its important lessons in 13 chapters, in which I would like to cover all the details of this box. But before you get lost in this video, if you are visiting our channel for the first time, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Sometimes our videos can be a little long because we never compromise on the content of the video and the box. So it is very important to watch the video till the end. So let's start again. Openness. The sign of openness will help you recognize a committed and honest person. There are many signs which show openness. The first among them is open hands, a feeling which most of us easily cross is a common position in our daily life and is used all over the world to show defensiveness. Very young children cross their arms when ignoring their parents' instructions. In this position, people try to make their mentor in opposition to a sudden attack or a fixed. Out of all the signals researched by the author, this gesture is the easiest to understand. It is also the gesture that influences the mood of others. In a group of 4 or more people, you can influence the whole group by crossing your arms in a defensive position. If someone crosses his arms, he is giving a signal that he has become defensive. Those who do not know this, instead of connecting with the defensive person and bringing out his feelings and finding out what his needs are, continue with the same thing that made the other person defensive in the first place. Due to this, the defensive person often starts closing his mind to your talk and denies whatever you are saying. So, when you see the person in front of you doing this, think again about the way you are talking to him or the way you are behaving and try to change wherever needed. Evolution. When a person is in such a position, he is completely lost in solving a problem. People who make a posture like a thinker by keeping their hands on their cheeks are involved in some kind of meditation, in which sometimes their eyes start to twinkle slightly. Due to this, they start to lose their face. When you bring your hand on the other end of the tongue, you put your chin in your palm and your index finger on your cheek. The rest of the fingers are under your mouth. In this, the speaker's thought pattern is negative. So your job is to turn their evaluation into interest. The next sign is to just bend forward and think. Charles Darwin observed in his studies that when animals and birds hear something that interests them, they bend their head. From a very young age, females easily understand the importance of this sign. This is a signal to listen carefully. They use this while talking to the man they want to impress. Once the receiver is aware of this feeling, he can connect with his audience in a more positive way and can gauge how well his information is getting across. It is especially rewarding when the receiver is able to cover a lot of information in a very short time. But when it starts getting overloaded, the listener shows disinterest for extra information. In this, the body posture changes. The head, instead of bending, becomes straight. The back becomes straight and then bends. The eyes start going to watches and other things on the chest, and some people start keeping their body in such a way that they are gesturing towards the exit. If the body has reached this level, then as a speaker, you should understand that it is non-verbally giving you a signal to stop. Keeping the feet or the entire body towards the exit is a sign of suspicion and secrecy. Many times you will see that suddenly someone is sitting with his body bent in such a way that his feet are towards the door. This gesture is a clear sign that he wants to end the meeting, conversation, or whatever is going on. The change in his body is telling you that he wants to leave. But being aware of it is one thing, and doing something about it is another thing. Either pull him towards your side or pull him towards the other side. Do something different to move forward and keep talking. Talking to someone who wants to leave is not beneficial for you in the long term. People you meet in public also give similar signals. Sometimes during the first hour of conversation, they start keeping their head in such a posture that they want to leave. As a smart host, you should notice this signal and say, honestly, I am getting late. Time passes quickly when we are together. On saying this, you will see that after you speak, they move their head to the side of the chair. This is another supportive sign that they really want to leave the meeting. Generally, licking or lightly rubbing the nose with the index finger is also a sign of secrecy. Once a student was discussing books with Professor Bernd Whistle in the university. When he was asked his opinion about a new class book, the student rubbed his head, and he said that he liked the book very much. The professor said that the truth is that you did not like the book. During the conversation, the student accepted that he had actually read only a few pages, and he did not like them. Standing with hands on hips is a sign of readiness. This is the first of such signs that we can clearly recognize. You often see this during sports when an athlete is preparing to participate in the game. In a business meeting, when a person stands with his hands on his hips or legs crossed, it has full possibility that he is interested in getting the people present there to follow his instructions. Also, when you are pursuing a goal with full motivation which you consider important, then pay attention to your own possibility. Often you also stand like this. A high achiever often does this because it shows his dedication to a goal in a non-marital way. For a moment, think of someone whom you know. Well, you know that the person who usually falls in this posture, you will find that he is goal-oriented according to himself. He enjoys competition. To know this, the author kept a record of the participants who attended his seminars for many years. About 7 of them were in the posture of asking questions during the first hour of the seminar, with their coats down, buttons open, or hands on their hips. This is a posture in which the person in front expresses his desire to be more capable. Although this is a positive sign, there is no reason to worry like you. And if you are also a goal-oriented person, then you can easily connect with them and share your ideas. This can help you to reach the goal decided together. During this, pinching with hands, chewing something, or putting pen or pencil in mouth for sucking is another gesture that a woman does when she says or hears something that makes her uncomfortable. Reassurance requires a lot of gentle persuasion. So, if you ask her if she is sure about what you just said, she will probably try to reassure you that it is true, or she will get defensive and refuse to answer. In either case, she is signaling that she doesn't believe what you said and needs reassurance again. Another sign that indicates reassurance is pinching the fleshy part of the hand. This is used by both males and females, although it is more common in females. In one study, the authors first gave coffee to participants so that they could observe the different signs used by fingers to express people's anxiety or internal conflict. A child with reassurance may suck his thumb. A student worried about jam may bite his nails, and a teacher worried about pavement may pick at his cuticles. Sometimes students and taxidermists use other objects on their fingertips and use pens and pencils to mark cuts. People who do not like the taste of plastic, metal, or wood start using paper or cloth. If you can give assurances according to the situation at such times, you can help your opponent. In this, you will learn how people who really want to help express their desire. The author was part of a team meeting. The issues covered were pet and rights equity position, royalties, resources, and deliberative costs, motivating customers, production, and distributors for more sales. As the conversation began, one of the members of the opponent team started to non-verbally indicate that he was ready to help by sitting forward on a chair, keeping his feet on his feet, and non-verbally saying that he was ready to help. It is prepared that the member of Arthur's team listened to his words openly and satisfied his object well. This led to those positive, and he became a good supporter for his team. He understood the conscience of both the party and filled such a way for the benefits of both, which has benefited both of them, which has happened to you many times. But you have been supported by you. It was calling, but now he started calling you the formally. His smile changed, and he was staring at you with a boss that has been staring at the boss. To delete Such a sudden change, you must have made you feel completely ambergris in reality. There are some couple symbols from which you can do this. Sitting on the edge of Kurshi, this couple, it is symbol that in what you are saying is really interested. One of the examples of this is that to show excitement on a buyer consent, it increases your weight like Kurshi's edge. Open. But you are also paying attention to what she is saying to you. By gathering the head in the middle, it is a show that you are ready to give as much as you can give as you. When you go, they hold their hands tight. A separation looks like a separation between bullies and gestures. It is also done to show that how many people are understanding what we say. Then we try to tell non-verbally. We try to tell that what is the meaning of me to say. The participant feels that the participant in this exam is that their option and you lose their own. Trying to reduce, so they suppress their hands and stare at their opponents. Keep their body in attack mode and cross their legs and try to say that I am a sub-mended person and want to solve it. His opponent feels that his verbal communication is an application for his belief, and he responds even more by trying more to win in the conversation. It proves to be bad because the fear of the front increases the fear of the front. On this pant, the fastened person either ends the conversation or gets very angry. But the irrigation can be disturbed when you do nothing to improve it. In this mantra, once the speaker or the lasna, which was considered to be the attack, is considered to be an attack. They try to convince others by holding the hands tightly. They do not get success. In this way, you need to give a frustrated person to 10 in assurance so that it can be reached to a bond agreement. This gesture is done when people add their fingers. It means that you are feeling that you are feeling, you are saying that you are feeling that you are saying. The whole is sure. Stripling is in two ways open and converted form. Females mangoes, covert form, and people use stripling gesture. On the time they keep their hands on their lap while sitting, and while standing at the time of standing, they add a little bit of belt to their fingers. The more you feel as important as you feel as much as you feel. It is a second way of typing when it is a second way of typing. Signal is also a sign of sitting on the desk and showing confidence to show confidence. People who set their feet on things show non-verbally dominance and ownership. You often boss it. Cars waves, you often see your car while talking to someone in your car. It is also signal ownership is showing its lava. You must have often seen the couples having a hand on your partner's waist. They want to say nod feebly or want to say that it is only my right to that person and no one has this gesture. Not only right, but also shows their punishments. They want to hide their point. They keep their hands on their hands and talk to the listener at a distance of 6 to 12 inches. It is signal that they are nervous in its lava nervousness. Sometimes a person keeps his gonwa and makes it a piety with his form and makes both the habits directly. While listening, while talking, it also keeps the posture. Such people play a game of Billy and Rats with their front. Until you talk to them openly, they will not talk openly. It will not talk openly to Sharam. Its lava is also a sign of pain. He pulls more and starts moving on its kurushi. After taking the decision, the paint stops. By putting this behavior, you can guess that another person can guess this behavior. How close to taking the decision is, which will be close to the decision as much as it is fast, the chances of being close to the decision are self-control. It is taught us from an early age that pension and presence is necessary to complete the goals and the purpose. Gives permission to do biva. Holding one hand behind the peat and tightly dhabana, while the wrist with the other hand is a normal way of self-control. They can be shown in many business meetings or public event when an important person is surrounded by stress or anxiety, yet he tries to control it. Even the closure of the hand shows their lives. Remember the moment when you went to the dentist, when the turn of your teeth was going to come before you have knocked your feet before you. Edis will be closed and hands will fight. Generally, we are the next sign to suppress our stang feeling. Stopping hands or holding the wrist while applying the internal conferric. Animals also use this booking pattern when a person is unable to make his feeling in the dispenser. If a person is unable to make his feeling in the display, then the animals use this booking. It starts rubbing, then he starts showing the pose with mujak moment or donkey pose, like his fist eyes to catch their wrist or to scare a step forward to scare. And in a wake-up, they wake up, they're feeling like beating, or beating them with a beating, or hitting them on the door. It should be avar. That person does not take care of hiding any feeling. He simply keeps his open limit on his head, on the edge of his head, and lets the eyelids to be connected so that his eyes are half. There is another sign of boredom. It seems about him that he is listening to him, but there is no delays in his words. In the breed in this, He only keeps looking at you. His statues are spent. Lack of exact light is a signal that it is in the state and is opening the figures. He has a lot of enmity about you or whatever is happening. The science of accepting acceptance shows us the response and consent from others. It is very important to understand it so that you can pay people in real. You have to face any person of the most difficult sights of life. Who you thought that you have thought that he does not agree, but really you do not believe in the realization, but it is often true, but you do not believe in others. I am cheating on you. So through accepting, you can make such a person to know how much he is on the trust. Understand his sign from moment to understand. The beginning of the Pitha is the beginning of the person to keep the hand on the chest. This Jai Sharan holds hands on the chest. When it has been going on from Roman time, when to show loving in Roman armies, for one hand on chest and greeting with the other hand, this Jai Shar, we also used to use this sign to show their truth, while promising loyalty for our Jandi. Remember this sign when you were a child, and you had sworn or said or something that you had brought out your hand and brought your other hand to the support of support, to show female truths, dedication, and loyalty, except forms of formal occasions, very few steps this sign. When they bring one female one or both hands on their chest, then it is a defensive gesture on a common man, which gives a sudden shock or sarpus signal the person who is a gestar. They try to show them one head, that they are agrees with their words. People who only move forward and the other choose, or firm the front or mangoes of the front, they want to stop something in the middle or insist on it. But the people used to use a calm feeling to attach the common mangoes on the common man. It is not worried that you do not worry. I will be all right. Everything will be all right. It was a doza. So this was the basis of the breeding pepper book. So we have also written, so that we have also written, so that we have also been, in which we have reversed the points, so that you remember to implement them. Open the hands outwards, and open the coat button is a sign of options, that the person in front is oppressed to listen to your words and want to listen. Cross is a common position defensive posture, in which the front non-Varabale wants to tell you, I have to go. Its lava shows the gestures to keep the accident on the chest. The clearer accepting, which means that a person supports your culture, methods, or laws. Wait, friends. If you have reached this end of the book summary, it means that you too love books like us. But if you have come to our channel for the first time, and have not subscribed to the channel, then do subscribe to the channel and also press the bell icon. You can enjoy our 2 new book summaries every week and learn something new consistently. You can also tell us by commenting which next book you want to see on our channel. See you soon with more amazing videos. Thank you.